Yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Look, it has been a very busy weekend for boxing, with every event trying to show up and live up to or surpass what happened last weekend right here in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we had Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben, my guys, my people. No title on the line, you know, except for the two fighters' names being attached to their legendary fathers. That is Chris Eubank Sr. and, of course, Nigel Benn, my guys, my people. And guess what? It was a phenomenal show, not just because of the production and the hype and the promotion that was, you know, that was built all around it, my guys. That surrounded that fight. But the two fighters themselves, they put on a bloody show of a lifetime, my guys, my people. But look, like I said, everything has come after that, trying to match it or surpass it, but I can't really see anything doing it, aside from possibly the rematch that is scheduled for September. So I would say let's get that, my guys, my people. But look, yes, these are the shows that have tried to match it or surpass it. So far, we had the Times Square event headlined by Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Rolly Romero. And we've had Saul Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull for Undisputed at 168 pounds. That took place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Right? And then tonight we are going to have Naya Inoue again for Undisputed, my guys, my people. He's making a voluntary defense versus Ramos Cardenas, my guys. And if he wins, he will go forward to September, of course, to fight his WBA mandatory Marijan Akhmadaliev, and that's the fight we actually want. As for Saul Canelo Alvarez, he did beat William Skull in his fight in Saudi. He's now undisputed at 168 pounds. Not once, but two times. He's going to take that status now, thank God, to Terence Bud Crawford, and they will argue who definitely deserves to hold that status, my guys, my people. I say let's get it. But I ain't here to talk about that main event or anything else I've just mentioned prior to this. In fact, I'm going to concentrate on one particular fight, on that Saul Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull undercard. I'm talking Martin Bakole versus Efe Ajagba. God damn it. Daylight robbery. Had me so mad. And in fact, it had me dubbing Martin Bakole possibly the laziest fighter of the year, along with his trainer, the laziest trainer and manager of the year, my guys, my people. Potentially, because the year is not over yet. It's not over yet, my guys, my people. So let's find out why. Let's find out why in this video, my guys, my people. What can I say? It's time to get serious. It's really time to get serious. You know, not only for Martin Bakole to get serious, his trainer and manager, Bill Nelson, needs to get serious. His promoter, Ben Shalom, needs to get serious, my guys. Anybody that is involved in the promotion, the training, the development, the you know, the growth. Anyone involved in attributing to the growth of Martin Bakole, they need to get serious. Because Martin Bakole, last night, he lost to Efe Ajagba, my guys, my people. Clearly, I only gave Martin Bakole maximum 3 rounds in that fight. Now, he had a really good 4th round. He had a good, I think, 9th round or something like that. And then he had a good 10th round, my guys, my people. So 7 rounds going to Efe Ajagba, which I predicted will happen. Go check my video previously to this one. Before my immediate previous video, I thought Bakole would win. He had the clear edge. He seemed to be the superior fighter in terms of skill, in terms of talent, my guys, my people, and size. But I changed my mind when I found out that he weighed in at 299 pounds, my guys, my people. So he only lost 11 pounds from his last fight with Joseph Parker, where he weighed in at 310 pounds. Clearly not match fit, clearly out of shape, clearly not in optimum weight, right? Clearly hadn't had a fight camp, and clearly, as we know, he took the fight in what, 48 hours notice. And most importantly, he lost that fight via a second round stoppage, my guys, my people. And guess what? Clearly in that fight there, he did not have that much mobility. If you go check it, the only reason why he was able to keep up with Parker is because Parker himself came in heavier than usual. I think he was around 260, 270 mark. So even he was heavier than usual. His mobility wasn't that great. People were talking about how the extra weight suited Parker. No, it didn't. It just took away his natural abilities. Yes, he can make his punches maybe a little bit heavier. He can resist heavier punches coming at him on impact, but there's ways to get around that. Don't, exchange speed, for power. Don't, because speed equals to power anyway, my guys, my people, in the end, on impact. Well, anyway, look, back to Martin Bakole. He came in at 299. Now, that is all good and dandy if he was fighting Carlos Takam, who he faced with the same weight of 299, all right? Now, Bakole was able to stop Takam in the fourth, not only because Takam is more or less a fighter that's way out of his prime at age 41 years old, my guys, my people, but Takam, for him to be effective and get some work going for himself, he has to live where Bakole thrives, and that is on the inside, because Carlos Takam, he's a very small heavyweight, despite that he's very short and stocky. He stands at 6'1", which is very small for a heavyweight nowadays, and has a reach of 80 inches. Now compare that to Martin Bakole, who stands at 6'6". BoxRec doesn't record his reach, so possibly does not have too much of a reach for a 6'6" man. Otherwise, I think BoxRec would reveal that. Usually, fighters tend to hide, their shortcomings, just so they don't give the opposition any advantage. So that's possibly why it's not recorded on BoxRec, my guys, my people. So yeah, Takam needs to live on the inside, and that is where Bakole thrives, and he just became an easy hunt for Bakole, who is, in addition, the superior fighter, the more skilled fighter, the better gifted fighter, and bigger as well, with size. And with his 299 pounds, he doesn't have to move, because Takam has to come to him anyway. So that's how he won that fight. Now, with Ajagba, it was a totally different package. Ajagba, the same height as Martin Bakole. Ajagba has one of the longest jabs in the heavyweight division, 85 inches, the same as Tyson Fury, my guys, my people. And I can tell you that although I don't know Bakole's arm reach, I can tell you most definitely that Ajagba has a longer arm reach than Martin Bakole. So he doesn't have to live where Bakole thrives. He can stay on the outside. He can stay on the outside and win with the jab only if he wanted. If he wanted just to win with the jab, he could have done so. And I can say that in this fight with Bakole, the jab was his number one, punch in that fight. That was his number one punch. That was his meal ticket on the night, my guys, my people. For the first, I would say 7 rounds, the first 7 rounds, I'd only given Ajagba one. I'd only given Bakole 1 round, and that was the 4th round. And even that 4th round, Ajagba rallied in the end to try to steal that round. So the judges could have given it either way, even though they were blind in the end. It was a clear win for Efe Ajagba, my guys, my peoples. In fact, by 8 rounds, by the 8th round, Efe Ajagba already had the fight won. So I don't know what the hell the judges were seeing to give the final result of the fight a majority draw. I don't know how they scored that fight a majority draw. Didn't make no sense to me at all. Efe Ajagba was the clear winner and got robbed on the night. Daylight robbery. Obviously, they have invested interest in Martin Bakole. They possibly want to line him up in some big fights, and that's possibly why. That is possibly why. Otherwise, I don't see why Ajagba should have been cheated. He was the clear winner, and I called it. I said this will happen. The fight went exactly as I had predicted, exactly to the T. Didn't even miss a spot. Had the I, dotted the I, the T was crossed all the way to the T, my guys, my people. So yeah, it's just that the judges on the night, I don't know what the hell they were watching. That's blatant corruption there, I have to call it. But look, what was even funny to me is that Martin Bakole, he needs glasses, man. He needs to visit Specsavers for real, because in an interview post-fight, he claimed that he won the fight and he wants a rematch. You say he won the fight and he wants a rematch, right? Thank God Efe Ajagba was there with him, and they called Efe Ajagba in to talk, and Ajagba said, look, even his trainer, his coach said that I won. So Billy Nelson ain't blind to the situation. He's not blind to the situation. He knows Efe won. And Efe said, look, I'll give him the rematch, but this time it's got to be in the US or in Africa, because he clearly got robbed in Saudi Arabia. Those Saudis, they got big plans for Martin Bakole, for sure. Yeah, and they don't want it. They don't want anybody to follow their plans, But one thing I have to say, the judges' decisions, when they get a wrong decision, it holds a domino effect. A domino effect of ramifications for many undeserving victims. For real. Not only the fighters, the winner on the night, that acts negatively on, but the people that gamble in the bookies. They know in their hearts of hearts, right? And in their faculties telling them that, look, you just got robbed, but they can't do anything about it. The bookie keeps their money anyway. So it's just robbery, full circle robbery. There's people that's possibly put thousands on this who know that they definitely won, but they can't get their money. Daylight robbery, my guys, my people. But Martin Bakole, seriously, he needs to start taking his career, like a serious athlete, because he came in 310 pounds versus Joseph Parker, and that didn't serve him right. He threw away his eliminator opportunity with Efe Ajagba doing that, and this was the perfect opportunity for him to bounce back and get himself into that title mix, my guys, my people, because Efe Ajagba is ranked number 3. He's ranked number 3, my guys, my people, under the IBF. So he could have easily got himself back into the title mix easily with this fight, Yeah, Billy Nelson, what is he doing? Martin Bakole saying that he took this fight with just 3 weeks training. You had ample time to have a full camp. You fought in February, you fought in February, not in April. February, so you had ample time to get a full fight camp, but yet your fighter came in unfit again, my guys. Was that part of the plan? Did you think that Efe Ajagba is Carlos Takam? Clearly two different beasts, two different athletes, right? That belong in two different generations even. One is retired at age 41. The other one is young, in his prime, 31 years old, my guys, my people. So I don't know what the hell they were doing with Martin Bakole, that he only had 3-4 weeks in the gym before coming into this fight, because that would only tell me that Martin Bakole is the laziest athlete of the year. The laziest athlete of the year, my guys, my people. And his manager, Billy Nelson, is his manager and coach is the laziest and the most useless coach. The laziest and the most useless coach. Because that means you're not doing your job as a coach. To only invest 4 weeks of gym work and training in your fighter. And as a manager, totally useless, because you're not advising your fighter. You're not advising your fighter, clearly. You're not giving him the right advice. You're just looking at him as someone that you can get quick money from by pushing him into fights that you think, oh, gambling. You're gambling with him, basically. Gambled with him with Joseph Parker. Now you gambled with him with Efe Ajagba. Look, the Joseph Parker fight, according to Billy Nelson, he says that a purse offer was given to Martin Bakole and he accepted. And so they just went with it. You know, so blame can't be placed on him. Why can't blame be placed on you, Billy Nelson? You're not only the coach, you're the manager as well. Do your managerial job, do your managerial duties and advise your client. That's what you are being paid for. You are being paid to advise and to train, neither of which you are doing effectively. You know, instead, he's more concerned about what Eddie Hearn thinks about that Parker situation. When Eddie Hearn said that if it was him, he wouldn't put his fighter in the ring at just 48, 24 hours days notice, my guys, my people. He wouldn't do that with the Joseph Parker situation. And Billy Nelson, he's got a hunch with Eddie Hearn over that. Come on, man, grow a brain and grow the hell up, man, because you obviously don't know how to come up with a strategic fight plan. You don't. Look, listen, Billy Nelson, he rebutted Eddie Hearn saying that what about the case of Kell Brook, and he put Kell Brook with Golovkin in just 24 hours notice, and Kell Brook got his orbital bone broken. So what? Obviously, if that happened, I don't know the background of the full story, because at that time I was not, you know, talking boxing, you know. So possibly Eddie Hearn done that, but the fact that he wouldn't do it again means that he's learned. so that's how you should be seeing it. It means that he's learned. He's also got a hunch over Eddie Hearn not, you know, going to see what's his name, Lois Croker, in his changing room after he got beat up by Paddy Donovan. Listen, stop nitpicking. Stop nitpicking. All right? We know that he promotes both of them, but if there's a reason why he's not going to Lois's changing room, Lois Crocker's changing room, then he knows why. You know, promoters are human beings still. You know, they get on with who they get on with. But even that, I'm not going to poke the bear, because I really don't know what is going on there, my guys, my people. But simply though, Billy Nelson, you need to concentrate on your best fighter. The best fighter that you have right now in Martin Bakole. He's a real talent. You can't just be gambling with him just like that. And possibly he's gambling with him like that, because in the interview he revealed that when he took on Martin Bakole, he was paying for his accommodation, his meals, his flights, right? So it looks like he's putting him into these fights, right, and not doing much for him, because he possibly feels that Bakole owes him, right, and he's trying to just recoup as much as he can quickly. But I think he's got back all of that. Flights, accommodation, out of all these Riyadh season cards, you've got most of that back already. What's the deal? What's the deal, my guys, my people? Listen, if he is really serious about the talent of Martin Bakole, as he says, Bakole is a true boogeyman, my guys, my people, then he needs to invest the time, not just money, time. Your labor that you're putting into Martin Bakole, it will pay off if you put 100% into him. I'm talking about investing in your heart, your soul, everything to make the perfect product that will produce, right? Instead of trying to con us fans, telling us he's this boogeyman, right? And then when he comes in the ring, he's not even match fit. Come on, get the hell out of here, man. Who are you fooling? Come on, you're crazy, man. You are mad. You're the worst trainer of the year. The worst manager as well. You are the worst. And your fighter is the laziest athlete of the year. Listen, look how long I've spent on Martin Bakole alone. This is about to turn out to be a tragedy, because Martin Bakole, he's in his prime right now, but at 38, 31 years old, he is at his peak prime. So that means that the decline is not far. He ain't got that much left, you know, until, you know, arthritis start creeping in for athletes. You know, he will be a shock fighter very soon. He will be shocked to death, my guys, my people, especially with all that extra weight having a toll on his knees, right? Bearing on his joints and that. Come on, man, you're killing this guy, and you're allowing him to kill himself, and you say that is your product, that is your athlete. Come on, man, you can't be proud of that. Seriously, you really can't be proud of that, man. Look, I did want to talk about the Canelo fight as well, but there's no time because there was so much of Bakole to unpack, my guys, my people, and I don't think I've even unpacked everything, to tell you the truth. But look, Billy Nelson, again, he's talking about people trying to take Bakole away from him. Possibly, they should. They'll probably do a better job with Martin Bakole. Look, Martin Bakole's best performance I've seen so far is not the Jared Anderson fight. It's Tony Yoka. Go check his movement, his agility, his athleticism in that fight. He came in at 275 pounds. That is what I think is best for Martin Bakole. But if he goes over the 285, the weight that he came in with Jared Anderson, then it's danger zone. Danger mother flopping zone, my guys, my people. Look, there's so much to talk about Martin Bakole, but look, I can't be bothered. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. So I'm going to leave you guys alone. And yes, I'm going to have my dinner, right? But before you leave, I'm going to have your dinner, because I'm sure you got other things to listen to as well. And it's a Sunday. It's time to relax and have some dinner, my guys, my people, with the family. So yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. But before you leave, if you are new to the channel, do like, do share, subscribe, of course. Even if you're not new, do like, do share, you know. But if you're new, definitely subscribe. And as always, as I say, my people, stay super blessed.